One thing I want to tell you guys, a lot of you guys are still using those Herman the Monster lunchbox tackle boxes, okay? That were made in the 1970s, 78, 79, 80, 81, and all your stuff is in there, including your hooks, all mangled up. Listen, guys, graduate from that stuff, okay? Graduate from that stuff. I'm telling you right now that this backpack tackle box will be the last tackle box that you ever buy. Ever buy. And I want to show it to you right now, okay? I'm just gonna lay it out to you. Listen, we got a little bit of noise over here to my left, but don't worry about that. When I get ready to sit down and illustrate to you, they'll be finished, okay? Look, watch. Just sit back and watch. Don't question nothing, don't move. Stay right there, okay? Stay right there. Look. One thing I never do, I never leave off this shore without my full rain suit. I never ever do that. Just watch. This is just the top. This is just the top. No other backpack tackle box but can. Look, water resistant, everything you need right here. I'm gonna show you everything. Let me pull up a chair, let me show you what we got. Okay, you've been watching over the years how I've been fishing for fall. You've been seeing my videos, what I'm using. Now I'm getting ready to, we're getting closer for, it's almost time for me to get ready to get on the water. Okay, so now I'm going to switch from what I'm using to how I'm going to be using it. You can see the boat right there. Let me give you a real good close-up of what it's going to look like. And look, that's 4 poles. Those are my 9-footers. I'm going to have some 10-footers mixed in there too. And everything that you see in this video is right down there in the hyperlink in the description. Okay, so all of my rods come with free shipping. All of my rods come with a lifetime warranty replacement. Okay, accidental or non-accidental, I got you for life. Every single one of my carbon fiber rods are like that. I'm not using the 6-foot. I'm not using the 6'2". I'm not using the 6'6". I'm running long rods. You remember I told you about the diversity of having long rods. Okay, you can troll with them. You can spider rig with them. You can vertical jig with them. Guys, there's many different ways. If you are an obsessed crappie fisherman, you have to have these long rods in your repertoire. It's just mandatory. Okay, let me get back to my point. You can see the rig. I'm going to be running 6 poles. I'm not going to run 4. I'm going to run 6. And I'm going to show you guys why. Okay? I'm going to put you on a pedestal. I'm going to act like, look, you've seen my videos. You know how I sit right here. You guys are off from my left or right shoulder. And I'm going to cover that in a minute as well. You can see the plastics that I'm going to be running. Okay? 30, 60, 90. Let me get that out of there. Okay, I got 200,000 pieces of plastics right here. 200,000 pieces of plastic. Let me get these dogs from over here. Those little rascals. Okay, guys, I had to get those rascals. Let me tell you, my Shih Tzus go to the neighbor's house and start barking at them inside their house. Boy, I tell you the truth. I can't make this type of stuff up. Okay, back to what I was saying, guys. We're just under 200,000, 150,000 pieces of plastics right here. I'm going to cover those in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to show you at the helm of what it's going to look like and how I will be trolling. Look, guys. I do the same thing every year. Crappie are habitual. Okay, this is the cockpit. Crappie are habitual, and they're going to do the same thing. Okay, whether you're out there doing what you're doing in life, which I get it, okay, but the crappie is still going to run. The colder this water gets, the more active those crappie are going to be. If you didn't have any luck catching any summertime crappie, guys, I'm telling you, fall, wherever you are, they're going to bite. They're going to be almost at their easiest time of the year to catch. Now, I'm going to be going out in the evening. I'll probably get on the water about 6 o'clock. Down here in Atlanta, Georgia, our days are starting to get shorter. Okay, so I'll be on the water somewhere around 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I'll run till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay, depending if they're biting. If they're biting, I may run longer. Now, well, Cam, why are you running long rods versus short rods? I'm going to cover that. But right now, I got to show you guys this, how I'm going to stack them. How I'm going to stack them. Okay, let me get across here real quick. Let me step across that line. Okay, I'm running these big nighttime bobbies. You can pick these up at any big box store. They have BBs in them. Okay, I got the big ones. I don't want the small ones. Okay, so because I'm gonna be catching some big crappie. And also, let me tell you this something else about fall fishing. If it's windy out there, it doesn't matter with me because these bobbers I can still troll. If it's still, I can roll. If it's raining, I can still roll. Okay, so let me show you how I'm going to stack them up. I'm running 6 poles, right? I'm going to have 2 at about 5 yards from the boat. There's something about having that jig and that minnow right behind that turbulence of that boat. They love it. Okay, then I'm going to leave there. I'm going to have another 5 yards. I'm going to have 2 more poles. Okay, you see how they're stacked, right? The reason why I got a distance from them is because sometimes you get a hold to a big crappie, you can't bulldog him. You got to let him do his thing. Now, I'm telling you, if you have all 5, 6, 4, however many you're running, lined up together, if you get tangled, it's a mess. Okay, so 10 yards from the boat, got 2 set out, another 5 yards from that one. Look, I got another 2. Look, all the way down here, I got another 2. Okay, and they're going to be spread out. They're going to be stacked, but they're going to be spread out. I got to cover as much water as I can. Do you follow my point? If I'm making sense to you guys, let me know that I'm making sense. If I'm confusing you, let me know that as well. Okay? So, my job and my team, you can see the boats over there, okay? We're going to go out searching for them. And when somebody catches one, boom, we found them. And we just do figure eights in that area. Now, let me give you a little clue. They're going to be in big water. And they're going to be shallow, 3, 4, 5 feet. Why? Because they're chasing bait fish. They're chasing bait fish. Let me show you this too. And I'm going to put you on the pedestal. I'm trying to give you everything that I got. Well, Cam, how far below the bobber are you going to be running? Let me see if I can show it to you. That's about 3 feet. You guys see that? That's about 2.5. No, that's about 3 feet. Okay? That's about 3 feet. There's the plastic. I'm going to have the hook, the plastic, and I'm going to tip it with a minnow. Okay? That's one right there. Look, here's the other one. Here's the hot pink. Let me show this one to you. See how far? I'm going to have one at a little bit deeper than the other so I can figure out what they're doing. You see the distance? You can see it, right? Okay? The one closest, let me tell you this. We had this discussion with me and one of my buddies. I like running one of my bobbers very, very close to that propeller, the turbulence from that propeller, from the prop of simply put, the motor of the boat. It's something about that, man. They love it. They absolutely love it. Okay, here's the other one. Look, here's the other one. Orange. I'm going to have the stinger shad on there, and I'm going to tip it with a minnow. You can see the distance. I'll go over the distance a little bit later on, okay? But I want you guys to see it. So, 8, 10 feet from the boat. Look, another 8, 10 feet from that bobber. Boom. Look, further along down here. Look, another one. Boom. So we got 3 on this side, on the left side. I'm going to have 3 on the other side. Okay? My job is to mimic a school of minnows. Well, Cam, cover this for me. Why do you have the stinger shad and you tip it with a minnow? Why do you do that? That's a good question. Because at night, apparently these crappie feel more comfortable chasing at night. Schools. Now, I want you to remember this. The crappie are going to go where the bait fish go. Okay? Wherever you find the bait fish, you're going to find the predators. Always. Okay? This is what they do. Remember now, you're trolling. You're trolling. They're going to come up. Let me back up. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The reason why I run stinger shad is because it allows them to see in the water better. You got a larger print. Okay? You see how I got that hologram flake in there? You see that hologram flake? Okay? It allows them to see it. Okay? Remember, if crappie can't see it, they can't bite it. So, you got that plastic on there, these colors, it allows them to see that bait. Okay? Look at the black and chartreuse. Okay? Look at the fireball red. I ain't even go over the other colors. Look at that fireball red. And if you notice, all of them got that hologram flake in there. Look, here's the fireball blue. And look, there's that red, black, and chartreuse. And I just picked out a few colors. Okay? I can run this probably all the way down to the lake with all the colors we got. So, let's go back to what I was saying. You take that stinger shad, you put it on the hook, and then you tip it with a minnow. Well, you're trolling, right? You're trolling. Follow me now. I want you guys to follow me. You're trolling. Crappie are going to come up behind that stinger shad. They see it, but they also need to know if it's real. That's where the minnow comes in at. Okay? They smell that minnow, pow! They hit it. And that bobber is gone. I've had a few buddies that lose rods clean out of the rod holder because they're going to be aggressive. You got to remember this now. Let's walk over here real quick. You got to remember this now. The colder this water gets, the more active these crappie are going to be. Well, Cam, why is it that crappie, cold water, what I don't understand. What turns them on? Let me tell you what happens. In the summertime, this water reaches 88, 89, 90 degrees, 92 degrees, and there's no oxygen in the water. No oxygen in the water, so they sit still. When you run, you burn oxygen. You burn oxygen, okay? So in the summertime, they sit still. That's why you spider rig, you got to put that minnow right there in front of his face, okay? But as this water temperature starts dropping, they get more active. Remember, crappie are cold water fish. They love cold water. That's why you see some cats ice fishing for crappie, okay? 80% of you guys only think that you can catch crappie in the cold and winter months. But here down at Cam's Crappie Hole, we catch them all year long. Okay, you guys saw me catch them in February. You saw me catch them in April, and also the shell cracks and the bluegills. Okay, you saw me catch them in the summertime. Now we're getting ready to hit fall. Okay, so let me tell you, why they're going to be active. They're getting ready to put on the weight to get ready to conceive. Okay, remember this: crappie. In the species of crappie, the females are the largest. The males are the smaller. Okay? Remember that. Okay? The females are the largest. So they're getting ready to put on the weight because they got to get ready to conceive. Okay? December. They carry, their gestation period is 60 days. January, February, they drop. You're back at pre-spawn. Okay? So, guys, get ready. You need a new outfit. Listen, you need diesel built hooks. I'm not running nothing but that diesel built hook. Remember, everything that you see is going to be right down there in the description. Plus, just about everything in our store comes with free shipping. $45 or more gets you free shipping. And by the way, we are now on TikTok Shop. Okay, I'll have the link down there. Look, you guys can join me at TikTok Shop if you want to shop there. Okay, but also, guys, we have the largest selection of crappie items in the world on our e-commerce store, bumping 5,000 products. A lot of you guys call me, Cam, I can't even find what I was looking for. I get it. Sometimes I get lost in there myself, and I created this stuff. Okay, let me put you on the pedestal, guys. I want to show you what it's going to look like from the cockpit and how we roll when that bobber goes under, what I'm going to do. And then, guys, after this, after I show you the technique, I've already showed you what I'm going to be using. After I show you the technique, then I'm back on the water. Matter of fact, me and a buddy, the next 48 hours, we're getting ready to go out and test. I've done all my homework that I need to do. The only one thing for me to do now is to get that hook wet to see if they're biting. Remember, we're in September now. Okay, I know for a fact, come end of September, we're going to be in full swing. October, all through October, November, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Let me put you on the pedestal so I can talk to you a little bit more and show you my rig of what I'm going to be using. It's your boy Cam. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. And remember, we're out here working hard. If you got a creator that you love, that you like to follow, support him. Okay? Because one thing we can't get back in this lifetime, and that's time. Okay? You like that guy, support him. And if you don't, and he disappears, you guys got to think, man, you didn't support my man. He was out there trying to do his thing. Okay? Guys, this takes time and effort to do all of this stuff. Okay, so if you got a favorite creator, whether he sells shoes, whether he sells t-shirts, hats, whatever it is, support him. That's very important. Let me get you on the pedestal, guys. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the cockpit. So now we're at the helm. Now we're at the helm of the boat. Now pull them up a little bit so you guys can see how the bobbers will be stacked. Okay, this is what it's going to look like when you guys watch my video. So I'm going to try to show you behind me so you can see everything real good. Also, I got one rod in my hand, and I'm going to show you. Well, Cam, how far are you going to be? How deep? Okay, about the length of your leg. Okay, from your waist down to your leg is about how deep that I will be running. About 3 feet. Okay, give or take. About 6 inches. Give or take 6 inches or so. Okay, this is how I'm going to rig it. I'm going to let you guys see it so you'll be able to know. Very simple stuff. I don't do anything difficult. Okay, I'm going to hold it up there so you guys can see real good. Now, 2 colors that I don't have out here, actually more than 2 colors. Okay? More than 2 colors. Look, that white knight, let me put one down so I can show it to you real good. Maybe I have a picture up there so you can see it. That's the white knight. Okay? I'm going to have that white knight with the chartreuse tail. Okay? Why are you running stinger shad, Cam, versus curly tail? Listen, it's a preference. It's a preference. If you want to run curly tails, I got those as well. Just go to the website, camscrappyhole.com, and you'll be able to see the curly tail. We sell them in 35 pack, and we also sell them in 100 pack. Okay? If you're a grown man, if you're going around still buying, packs of 8, packs of 10, man, look, go ahead and get what you need so you don't have to come back and see me no more. Okay? You're on the water. That's where the fish are. Don't spend time with these guys selling you packs of 10, 8, 6, 5. Man, look, you graduated from all that stuff. Okay, go ahead and get your pack of 100, pack of 35, so you won't have to come get back in the store no more. Okay, man, especially you got a buddy with you. Okay, so that's the white knight. I have a picture up there so you can see it. And also that monkey milk and chartreuse. Let me show it to you up close. Monkey milk and chartreuse. Okay, you decide what color you want. What does this look like? Shad. What does the white knight look like? What does the white knight look like? Shad. Okay. Let me cover this real quick before I get ready to put that plastic on that hook. We're different. Well, Cam, what do you mean you're different? Our channel is set up a little bit different. A lot of you guys been with me since day one. Okay, I go back. Some of you guys, Cam, I remember when you were wearing those Ford t-shirts, no General Motors t-shirts. That took me way back. Cam, I remember you had Lady and River. By the way, River passed, by the way. It passed about 2 weeks ago. My heart's still broken over that. And while I'm on that subject, I know I'm getting off in the weeds. It's important for you guys to remember, all y'all's creators, they have lives outside of what they do. They go through the same stuff that you guys go through. Okay? That's why you always want to show these guys love. They have expenses just like you do. They have loss of life. They cry just like you do. Okay? They're trying to earn a living. They're trying to earn a living, and that's why they need love and support. And listen, we understand that the economy is like it is, but when you want something, you find a way to get it. Some of that went over y'all's head. Let me back up and say it again. When you want something, when you really want something, you find a way to get it. Okay? That's why I say you need to support your creator. Also, guys, while we're on this subject, hit that thumbs up button, share my content, and also hit that subscribe button. And when you hit that subscribe button, make sure all of the notifications, that bell is rung, so you make sure that you get all of my notification rolling forward. Because I'm gonna, as you guys have seen, I release videos. I've been at this a long time. There's only a few guys that when I started that are still here doing this. Only I wouldn't even say a handful. Okay, and that was 11, 12 years ago. but I'm still standing. Okay, so let's get back to what we were discussing. So when I lace my stinger shad up, I'm gonna use the white knight so you guys can see it. Let me put it closer up there. North and south, I turn it halfway down through the body. I bring it out the top. Let me flip it over so you guys can see it. Bring it out the top. Look, push it up on the collar. There you go. Okay, push it up on the collar. That's how I run it. Now, remember, I told you, if crappie cannot see it, they can't bite it. You got numbers. You're running numbers, right? You're running 6 poles. Whether you run 4, it's up to you. Okay? But I'll be running 6. Sometimes I may even run 8. You got numbers on your side. I want you to follow me real close, okay? You got numbers. So if you're my buddy and you're running 2 poles and I'm running 8 poles, guess who's gonna catch the most fish? You can't argue with the math. You can try, but you're gonna look crazy, ridiculous. You can't argue with the math. If I'm spider rigging and you got 2 poles and I got 6, who's gonna catch the most fish? If I'm fishing a brush pile and I'm using 3 poles and you're using 1 pole, guess who's gonna catch the most fish? Okay, got off in the weeds again, didn't I? Apparently I got a lot to say today. Okay, let's get back. So you got your stinger shad, okay? That's that diesel built hook, pink, looks like a shad, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to tip it with a minnow. Look, here's our minnow right here. This is our minnow. Cam, how do I put the minnow on? How do I put the minnow on? Right through the lips. Right directly through the lips. Boom. Like that. So when you're dragging him along, the crappie will see that stinger shad. Look at all that flake in there. Can you guys see all that flake? Okay? And they come up behind it. Remember, they're going to be very, very active. And they see the minnow, but sometimes they'll come up and they'll see the shad. And if you don't have a minnow on there, they won't touch it. Sometimes, depending on how aggressive they are, they'll come up behind it. Sometimes they even taste your plastic. If it doesn't taste real, they'll swim away. But if you have that minnow on the end, they smell that minnow coming up behind it. Pow! They hit it. All of a sudden, that bobber disappears. Now, let me show you this. Whether you're running, look, here it is right here. Whether you're running the monkey milk, whether you're running the white knight. This white knight and that monkey milk produces big, big crappie. Big crappie. All right, let me get this pole out of the way. I've given you the length. I've given you what I'm going to be running. And I showed you how I'm going to tip it with a minnow, right? Listen, this video may be a touch longer because I illustrate. And back to my point of what I was saying. My channel is a little bit different. It's set up different because my job is to show you guys what I'm using. And listen, not only show you what I'm using, you don't have to put on your socks and shoes and your boots and shoes and go to the store. Look, 1 or 2 clicks, put it in your cart, check out. Also, I'm going to give you 10% off of your entire cart with the code HOOKS. You see it in the top left or right hand corner. Let me go over it again. H is in Harry, O is in Oscar, O is in Oscar, K is in Kite, S is in Sam. Your entire cart, 10% off. Plus, $45 or more gets you free shipping. Now, back to my point of what I was saying. You know how you got a lot of channels out there, and these guys are good. All they do is show you how they catch fish. Count how many of them that can show you what they're using, and they produce 8 million pieces of plastics a year. Also has the sharpest crappie jig heads in the world. Crappie jig heads. That diesel built hook and that nasty bin hook. If you know anybody that uses my hooks, ask them. God dog it, dude, them hooks so sharp they get me. Okay? Had a guy to send me a picture. I get it. He had to go to the emergency room because that nasty bin hook went clean into his finger along with the barb. My job is to supply you guys with the sharpest crappie hooks in the world and to increase your chances by 300% hooking up with that crappie and him staying on there. Okay? That's my job. That's what I produce. They're chemically sharpened. I pass them through there 7 times. So please, please be careful with my hooks, whether it's the diesel built hook or whether it's the nasty bin hook. Be careful. All right. So my videos are illustrations, and I'm teaching and showing you how I'm doing, what I'm using, what hook I'm using, what plastic I'm using, the technique I'm using, because all you have to do is go right down the stairs in the description, click, 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 listen, put it in your cart and check out. Plus, on top of that, wait a minute, I'm not finished. Plus, I got my own finance company, 2 of them, Afterpay and ShopPay. I'll finance your entire cart. What? You can set up bi-weekly payments, or you can set up with ShopPay monthly payments. And listen, once I get to know you 3 or 4 years, I'll even finance up to $100,000. You need a new boat? You need a used boat. You need 2, you need 3. Look, plastics, you want a spider rig, you need 5 poles, I got you. I'm way down here in Atlanta, Georgia, aka Thump City. Cam's Crappy Hole. Guys, listen, I'm documented. I've been doing this a long time. 3,000 plus segments. Sit down in the comfort of your own home and watch them. I'm easy to reach. Okay? Year after year, I show you guys, you'll probably see on the screen me catching big crappie. That's what I specialize in doing. By the way, for those cats that saw me catching shell crackers, or aka red ears, and those big bluegills, we caught almost 800 in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Ah, man, Cam, I hear you saying that. Show me your proof. Go right to my channel. You'll see me. Matter of fact, the cat that y'all getting ready to see fishing with me in the fall, he was throw his worm in there and turn around and do something. He a lot of times he didn't even know he had a big shell cracker on. He started reeling. Oh, Cam, dude, they were biting instant like this. Okay, so let me tell you this: my schedule. We're gonna fish through fall. January, I'm dropping habitat, collecting cinder blocks already. February, I'm back at pre-spawn. Pre-spawn rolls through February, March. Hit May, end of May, I'm back on shell crackers, back on bluegill. June, back into my June, July, August, I'm back in my summertime pattern on my crappie. Fall, I'm right here, September, I'm getting ready for the fall crappie. That's how I roll. You need a 9-footer, 10-footer, I got you. If you want to use your small rods, oh, by the way, that allows me to cover. Well, Cam, why are you running long rods? Let's cover that real quick. I always get too far off in the weeds. Let me pull you guys real close to me, okay? Why are you running long rods? Let me show you this. I'm going to show you why I'm running long rods. I'm going to get you guys right close up to me, okay? I got to get a little bit of room. I'm going to throw this rascal out there. Pretend we're in the water, okay? Guys, we're in the water, okay? We're in the water. We're in the water. Let me turn you around just a little bit. There you go. Let me make sure I got you guys so you can see real good. There you go. Okay, we're in the water. I'm just going to toss this rascal out there just a little bit. Not too far, okay? Just right there. Okay, so this is what we're doing. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably on the phone, right? So you're trolling. Let's say you're going into a curb and you got slack in your line, right? Why do you run long rods? I'm running 6 poles, okay? What's the fastest way to get that slack out of that line? A lot of you guys think reel the pole, reel the reel. No, don't do that. Look, that's why you run these long rods. You grab here, that's why I extended that 4-handle, the EVA split grip, okay? Boom, 12 o'clock. Look how fast, look at that line. You see how fast that line tightens up by raising that pole up? Let me show it to you again. I'm going to show it to you again. Wait a minute. I'm going to put some more slack in the line. Look, I got 2 pulls. Let me make sure I got it all out. Okay? Look, bobber's gone. Wait a minute. I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait a minute. I was running 6 poles. All I see is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the other bobber? It's gone. When those big crappie hit, it's gone. Sometimes you won't see nothing but a flash of light. Look, grab the pole. 12 o'clock. Look how fast I get that slack out of there. You got a 6-foot pole? Look at that. I was all the way up in the lead. Dude, you got to grab and reel. Reel. Dude, long rods. On top of that, my 9-footers and my 10-footers, my backbone kicks in 3/4 of the way down. Most of those out there, the backbone kicks in, look, 1/4 of the way. I don't want to be reeling and my 10-footer, my 9-footer is bent like a U. That's not where I roll. I expect when I hook that fish, I'm controlling the fish. I don't let the fish control me. Again, let me illustrate again. I'm going to put the slack back in the line. Bobber's gone, right? Yank. Look at that line. Look how tight it is. All I have to do is grab it out of the rod holder and lift it up 12 o'clock. that gets that line. And when you have the sharpest diesel built hook in the world, when you tighten that line up, it penetrates, it drives that hook right through bone and flesh. You got him on. Okay, from there, you reel. And let me tell you something, while you're reeling this one, make sure you keep your eyes on the other bobbers. Because I'm telling you, you done ran to the school and look, yank. Look, I've had 3 of them go down at the same time. Yank. Remember, you got the sharpest hook in the world, right? Yank. And from there, you got to decide which fish is bigger and to get him in. Look, organized noise, it's a good thing to have 3 or 4 fish on at the same time. Watch my videos and I'll show them to you where we catch some big crappie. Now, in the last 2-3 years, I've been running long rods. Before that, I was running my 6.6s. Okay? I was running my 6.6s. So, guys, I'm leaving now. We're morphing into something else now. I'm showing you guys now my technique. 30 days ago, I was showing you what I'm going to be using. Okay? I was showing you what I'm going to be using. Now, it's getting ready to time to get on the water. Then from there, I'm going to show you me catching. So, along the way, guys, we've been progressing exactly what I'm doing. Okay? What type of hook I'm using, diesel built, nasty bend hook. What type of rod I'm using, what type of plastic I'm using. And now, we're on the water, on the boat. I got you covered all the way from A to Z. All you got to do then, go by and pick up some hot sauce and some home style fries. And I've even had some of the old school cats say, Cam, I'm just letting you know, crappie tastes better in cold water than they do coming out of cold water than they do hot water. I believe it. I believe it. Okay? Listen, guys, help me cross over 10,000 orders booked and shipped. We've been shipping. The store is really on autopilot. And I want to tell everybody there who's ordered from me, thank you so much for the love and support. And listen, don't forget, we're now on TikTok Shop. I'll have the look at the ladybug. I'll have the @Cam, CAMM 2572. Watch him take off. See the ladybug gonna take off. He don't want to take off. Generally, when they get like that, when they get like this, they generally take off. But he's not going anywhere, so he wants to hang out with me. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for the love and support. And listen, until next time, keep those hooks wet, keep those lines tight. It's your boy Cam. We'll see you on the next turn.